All right, so boom. I want to talk about Iowa State, K State. Kind of just what I saw. Me and my staff. What we saw. Um, so first of all, I think K State's they're done. I think they're pretty toast, and I'm gonna give why right now. I think they've got major issues at quarterback. I think they got major issues at running back. With Dylan Edwards. And here's why. I think K State will be another 8-4, maybe 9-3 season. To me, I just think your best players, like they got to be your best players in games like these. I felt as if Avery Johnson just wasn't that. He has some good plays, but again, I think people. It's almost like we know Avery Johnson is. He just can't throw the ball. So I just think we got to understand that that's just not the guy he is. And when they play big time games, they're gonna lose games because he can't throw the ball at a high level. Just what it is. So that's why I think they won't be having all that of the season. The next thing is this: Dylan Edwards. I don't know if to call you a softie or a loser, but you're one of the two. It's about which two you are, because there's no way that you muff a punt and then walk up the field perfectly fine off an arm tackle. By the way, it wasn't like you got blown up like Sean Taylor came and ran you over or something. R.I.P. Sean Taylor. But it ain't like Sean Taylor came and ran you over. It's it's just like a simple arm tackle, and you walk on the field fine, and then you don't show up the rest of the game. Mind you, I had money on you, so you cost me money. First of all, but it's not even that. It's just like you're soft. There's no way you should miss a game of this magnitude because of something like that ever. Any dudes I knew that were dogs on the field, you couldn't take them off the field. You don't like that was just soft. Talking about, oh, he's out for the rest of the game. No, what happened was his pride was hurt. He was embarrassed, and his ego was hurt. And you need to be humble. But there's no way, and there's no reason that you could tell me Dylan Edwards shouldn't have played this game. There's no way. It makes no sense. You're soft and you're a loser for not playing. Flat out. You let your team down, you let your family down, and you embarrass yourself on national TV. And that's not getting talked about enough. And I will talk about it because that was just sad. There's no way he should have missed the game. He didn't have no injury. He was lying. That's what he was. He was lying. You were not injured. You should have played that game. You walked in the field just fine. It was a stupid arm tackle. If you can't withstand that hit, you can't play the sport. Loud. I'm just telling you now, Dylan. Whatever. You don't even play, so I don't even have to remember you. I remember Joe Jackson. He played today. Um, man, his name is Dylan Edwards. If if you can't withstand that hit, you can't play at this level or any level of that matter. I'm just telling you right now. So you need to get that. They need to get that figured out in Kansas. They got a bunch of softies out there, and it starts with him. Your best players can't be soft. K State is soft, and it starts with him. Avery Johnson. Every time he runs, he balls up like this. Oh, I'm gonna ball up, nigga. If you don't run with some conviction behind you, now, see that's the problem. See now, these other guys don't run, but you are a running quarterback. You need to go look how Sam Ellinger ran. He ran with conviction. When you hit him, it's like hitting a truck. And he made you. He didn't. Oh, I'm going down now. Oh, just take it easy on me. When Sam ran, he ran. Oh, I'm dropping my shoulder on you. You better bring me down. You better bring something. You better bring your hat when you come to tackle me. Avery Johnson runs like a woman. You know, like what do they say? Built like Tarzan, play like Jane. You know, so like that's what Avery Johnson reminds me of. He's soft to me, and he just not a high level throw the football. And he runs like a softie. But for somebody that is so talented with their legs, I'd expect you to run a little more physical, or just slide, but don't ball up like a little girl and do that. You know what I'm saying? And number 0, quit doing that. You're getting embarrassed. 51 to 14. You shouldn't be doing that. You ain't crap. But don't ball up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like run like a man or slide. But don't. I don't like that crap. And he's just not a high level thrower of football. He never has been. And guess what? He probably never will be. It just is what it is. My comp is Jalen Milrow. And that ain't the comp you want. So, so I'm going to leave it at that. And instead of his other brother and his dad fighting, they should be trying to teach him how to throw a freaking football. But they probably don't even know how to do it either. All they know how to do is fight in that family. Whatever. $2 million. K-State, please go get a refund. You just wasted $2 million for a running back. $2 million for a bigger running back. You kicked out Will Howard for this crap. It's almost as bad as Oklahoma kicking out Dylan Gabriel for Jackson Arnold. Please don't fall in love with the high school quarterbacks. If you got a good quarterback, stay on him uh, and keep him. Simple as that. Quit. Y'all want to keep running to Avery Johnson, Jackson Arnold instead of saying I got Dylan Gabriel, Will Howard. Let me keep the dudes I got and pay those dudes. These dudes overrated and not what they post, not what they keep getting hyped up to be. So yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on that. And now over to and K State's defense, I really have a. I mean, I just thought the offense didn't show up the way it should. And it started with Avery Johnson. K State's loaded top to bottom, and the State fans will tell you that this is the year for them to go make a run. And they just unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, I won't say fortunately, unfortunately, I had no care for really K State like that. I mean, I have nothing against them or nothing to go for them for really, but they just don't have the quarterback. So yeah. Um, on to Iowa State. This team is gonna. I think this is my team to win the Big 12. Fly out. You know. Now we got to see them versus other competition, but I think what they have top to bottom, it ain't the most loaded roster, but Iowa State is gonna have an elite defense, and and it always to me questions been about okay, like that Big 12 championship game, like that's what concerns me. Let's stop the blowouts. Like my thing with Iowa State is gonna be when they're gonna start stacking talent to where okay they're loaded here, loaded there, loaded everywhere, and they can really go make a run at this thing because they've been competing for this thing since Brock Purdy and them, and honestly before that. So that's my big with Iowa State. And finally, I think they have the team to really go make a run. Carson Henson, uh, and then okay. So here's my first prediction. I think Carson Henson is going to be the Bo Scottaboo this year. Hanson. Carson Hanson will be the Bo Scottaboo this year. Arizona State might be the Iowa State might be the Arizona State of this year. And the scary part is Xavier Townsend didn't play. I mean, he didn't play well. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he even played. Chase. I don't even know if he played. I mean, honestly, Chase Sewell again. I question if he even showed up if he even came to the game. Only one that showed up was a young sophomore kid, Brett Esketti, from Eskedison. That's horrible to ask. I'm just gonna call him Brett E. Brett E. showed up 3 for 50 for a touchdown. He showed up big time today, and that's the scary part. Xavier Townsend didn't look like he didn't even play today, and neither did Chase. and they still was, and then they had another kid, Elijah Green, who looked like he flashed to me a little bit. He could be a player for them too. And this is the guy who's their best receiver. I think Iowa State's got some dudes, and and then most importantly, they've got a dude at quarterback, and they've got a dude at running back in Henson. And then Abu Sama to spell him is special. I think this team can make a run. Like I'm talking about going to Big Dog Championship and get to the playoffs. Let's see what happens. This team is that good, and that's scary because this is the worst they're gonna be. Like Rocco's only gonna build more of a connection with these guys. Don't forget, Jalen Noor and Jaden Higgins didn't just play by themselves. They were putting up stats not because of how great they were, but also because they had a quarterback who could throw dots. That's what Rocco back is. I think he will be the guy. We always that role Zach Wilson, Joe, but the guys who just have that 1 year and they just go jump. Now he's had more than 1 year, but this guy's going to be the guy to me that jumps into the first round of the draft. He keeps playing like this. I mean, he to me it's a little Russell Wilson esque. Short quarterback, 6 foot, whatever, not the tallest, ain't the biggest, extremely elusive in the backfield, and just throws dimes. I mean, it's just wherever he could put the ball wherever he wants, however he wants to. And so, the more this guy plays, the better he's going to get. And this continues to show. And I would say got a special one. I mean, I think this kid's a first-round pick flat out. I think he's going to be a guy that by the end of the year we'll be talking about first round. And I think he'll be the reason why they won the Big 12. I think this might be the best team in the Big 12. And then Dominic Orange. Honestly, like Dominic Orange to me reminds me a lot of T'Vondre Sweat. I mean, it's scary and freaky how big that dude is to move at that size. He moves probably faster. He's also not as big as T'Vondre Sweat, but he's the best I've seen since T'Vondre Sweat. I mean, okay, the biggest and the move. I've never seen someone that big move. I ain't seen someone that size and that big move like he does since probably T'Vondre Sweat. Like that's a little freaky for that size. And he moves. He's faster and more laterally and all kinds of than Fontaine Sweat. You're not like he. They've got dudes. Jontez Williams, Jeremiah Cooper. Um, they've got dudes and Dominic Orange clog in the middle. All year. He's gonna be a monster. People don't even know about him yet. I could see him having a Devondre Sweat type year. Where by the end of this year, we're talking about him bringing home a block of granite for Iowa State. Don't know if they've ever done that. We're talking about him being a first, second round pick. I think he's that good. I think this team's gonna win the Big 12. I think they're that good. I think they got it on the perimeter, and that's like I keep saying, as a young sophomore kid that stepped up. You didn't even see Sewell. You didn't even see Townsend really get in action today. That's the scary part. Carson Hansen stepped up. We haven't even seen the best of Abu Sama yet. I still think there's more to see from Carson Hansen. More runs, the more that he could do. So Rocco Beck definitely will play better than that. I know that for a fact. This guy throws dots on the line. So I think I will see the best in the Big 12. I think Rocco Beck and them are going to show that. I could definitely see them in Arizona State rematching again. But I think Iowa State kind of showed that, hey, we're a team not to be forgotten about. I think this is the year for them to go make a run. And obviously in the past, had there be some other years where the 12 team players around, they probably would have made it already. Same thing for some other teams in the past, like K-State and stuff like that. But I think this is the year that Iowa State makes a run, man. I think they got the quarterback, and he's veteran. He's used to this. They took the beating from Arizona State last year. I don't think anybody will be beating them like that in the Big 12 like that again. And I think with Hansen and Abu Sama and Otis Townsend and Sewell and Green and Brady, man, I think this team is special. And then Dominic Orange, Jeremiah Cooper, Jontez Williams. I mean, like I said, Orange is going to be a first, second round pick. That size move at that way, teams are going to cover that. Five, I mean, he's special. And at 3-3-5, that's a big weakness. Is can you stop the run and that kind of stuff? We're only having three guys down, and then you only have a one true interior D line with their hand under at times. With that guy, they could probably get away with it. So, like I said, I think Iowa State showed who they really are today. I think they might pick to win the Big 12, and I think this. I think what they got going on there is pretty special. I think people need to start taking notice. I think this is the year for them to go in. Now look, they can't have any slip ups. In the Big 12, you can't blow games. Yeah, that's going to be the biggest thing for these Big 12 teams because that's what happens every year. The Iowa State or one of these teams take off and then they blow a game or two, and then like okay, that's the problem. You can't blow games. When you go play Houston, beat Houston. If you go play at Tech, beat Tech. Don't play around and oh man, and look man, because that's what happens. Iowa they get ranked top 10 or top 15, and here they come. This is the team everybody's talking about, and then they lose a game to Houston. Like it is like okay, well you probably shouldn't have lost. You definitely should have lost that game. So that's the problem. When you lose to whoever, like so, Iowa State and whoever else emerges as these top teams need to make sure. Unless you're playing each other, then I get it. Okay, y'all gonna have, just like every time y'all have to knock each other off. But y'all can't be. That's probably the Big 12. Y'all drop the teams that y'all shouldn't drop to. So that'd be a big test for Iowa State. Any team in the Big 12 is just making sure every year it always happens. Even back to my Texas days, the 2005, 2006, whoever Blake get in and drop the pick or whatever. Like you just can't blow games, man. You can't. And the conference it's very easy to do it in the Big 12, but it has to be a big test for Iowa State. Don't blow games. In the conference, you need every game you can get. So simple as that. Especially in the Big 12 because you're not getting anybody's benefit of the doubt. So and if they want to have multiple teams make it, they need that. The record needs to show that. You need to have multiple dominant teams. So yeah, I think that's my thoughts on Iowa State. K-State. K-State, you need to go get a refund. $2 million was what the hell of an overpay for Avery Johnson. You go get K-State, go get a refund.